How's it guys, this is Davey, FPL, and welcome back to the Deadline with Davey live stream. As always, let me know if the audio and the video is looking Gucci. This stream is going to revolve around the upcoming Game Week 6. Apologize for being slightly later than usual, probably about 5 minutes later than I usually am. Just been a bit of a hectic Saturday morning, as I'm sure you guys are experiencing as well. Saturday morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you guys are around the world. Hello, how are you guys doing? And hopefully your weekend is going to be absolutely sensational when we get this green arrow for Game Week 6. So all perfect, thank you. Thanks SH for letting me know, Harry for letting me know, Manuel saying all perfect. Just music to my ears when I see that, and it lets me know that everything is looking good. T Mice is saying everything looking Gucci. The not looking Gucci is actually saying Maximum's fitness. I was actually looking at him as a potential transfer in, and then I realized that he's yet again injured. So definitely can't go back to Gucci, but maybe one time for like a 1 week punt or something like that. Can't wait for the pep roulette as well. Collinson, very true. And as you guys can see, I'm also expecting a little bit of pep roulette. And currently that's going to result in Mo Salah's captain. But I have released a poll for the live stream, so you guys want to go check that out, you guys can vote for who your captain is. Please vote honestly. Don't kind of just vote for the option that you would like to captain. Vote for the option that is your captain. Other captains this week, I mean, I guess you could go Jesus, but I wouldn't be too confident about Arsenal against United. The big one for me, though, is KDB. I think if you guys have Kevin De Bruyne, I think he's the best option this week. Innocent saying, liking the shirt. I do like this shirt as well. If you guys don't know, it's the Liverpool away kit from last season. Not the Salah shirt, because I actually am not 100% confirmed on what to do. Dr. Joel saying, howdy, Perisic punt failed. Keep/bring back James. So I would bring back James. I don't think Perisic starts. I think that Perisic is going to miss this Fulham game. So I would say that I would probably do the James move. That looks like a strong one. I think if I did that Perisic move last week, which I was quite tempted to, I won't lie, towards the end of the stream, that's what I would have done. But I think I would reverse that this week and go back for Reece James. Really confident about Reece James this week, and that's why he's on the thumbnail, because I feel like it was a good play to kind of keep him, because against West Ham, quick turnaround, I think, between the fixtures. West Ham not looking as strong as they should. From last season, they looked like a great team. This season haven't been that great. I think you guys can confirm that if you are West Ham fans. But I think James is going to have a good set of fixtures for the next two, maybe. Who would you transfer out? So my transfer out this week, so to update you guys about my team, I have 2 free transfers and 0.5 in the bank. If we don't get any early team news about Walker and Cucurella, I think I'm just going to keep them. Just roll with them for this week. I don't think there's any concerns about that. But the move I will do then is Ramsdale down to Sanchez. I could do Ramsdale to Henderson. He rose in price. That doesn't really matter. I could do Nick Pope, but I just prefer Sanchez for the next few game weeks. So that's what I'm going to kind of go for. Start Estupinan or Martinelli. Jacob, that's a tough one. I would say I always favor the attack in that situation. And Martinelli makes it quite easy because of his form. But I can understand that's quite tough. I have a stupid one. Should I transfer Ramsdale to Pope or Sanchez? So, John, I don't think I would. I understand what people are saying, that they don't want to kind of double up on the Brighton defense, but I kind of view it as a player for a player, because Sanchez can get you save points even if they lose the clean sheet, bonus points, that sort of thing. So I don't really mind the double up on that Brighton defense. Nice fixtures, strong defense. I think it's a go-to, but if you want to split the odds, can understand if you're more of a conservative manager, then Nick Pope is fine to go for. I just don't like the Trippier transfer this week because I think Crystal Palace score. That's what I'm kind of going on. So that's why I'm willing to keep Walker and Cucurella, because I don't know if the upside to Trippier this week is that strong. And I might have done that if I only needed one, if I had to use one free transfer. That's probably why I would do that. Captain Haaland's is quickest major. So this is going to kind of go down to the wire, to be honest, guys. Haaland captain, Salah captain. I know that you guys are probably favoring Haaland captain. Do you think he's going to start? I think most people generally are predicting that he will. For me, though, the thing that I keep on going back to is that no one predicted the Kevin De Bruyne rest, and he was rested. So everyone's predicting Haaland to start, but he also could be rested. So I'm not looking at the predictions too much, to be honest. But I can understand why there is an expectation for Haaland to start. What I will say is that if I knew that Haaland was going to start, then I probably would captain him. Easier said than done last week, because I think then most people were predicting. Vince saying, thanks for the help over the last 3 years. 100% Vince, thanks for sticking around for the last 3 years. That's quite an achievement, I'd say. Overall rank now, 1 million. It's like 1,000,000.04, I think. Flip, I haven't updated my stream overlay again. I think someone needs to remind me over on Twitter or something before the next stream. Love the way you pronounce Cucurella. Am I pronouncing it wrong or right? That's probably the most important thing. Thoughts on Isaac? Wilson, I'm fine with Isaac. As far as I know, is he back for game week 6? Because I missed the Newcastle press conference. But if he's back, then 100%. SH saying Merseyside derbies are often low-scoring games. That is true, but let's just say it's a 2-1. If Salah gets both goals, we're laughing. But we definitely need Haaland to blank, and that's probably the biggest thing that might sway me, is that I think a lot of people are going to captain Haaland this week. So therefore, if Salah is captained by less than 100% of effective ownership, then you're kind of going to get points from him anyways. But I think it should come down to who do you think is going to score more points. But it is tempting when both players' returns get you a green arrow. Whereas if I captain Salah and Haaland's over 100%, then I'm not too happy if Haaland scores. So that's where it's a bit rough. Where's your Springbok shirt? Jason, right now I think that Liverpool needed more than the Springboks. But I'm missing, I think we kick off in 10 minutes. So I'm missing the first half to stream for you guys. So you guys can update me with the selections. As a Salah captain, I'm not sure what I fear more, Haaland starting or Haaland coming off for 30 minutes. So that's Jiba, I guess that's the thing, is that you basically fear both scenarios. So then why are we captaining Salah? We might as well just go with Haaland and there's less fear. Will Anthony start? Sam, I don't think so. I think it's one game week too early. Vincent saying, thanks for being my favorite FPL YouTuber in the past few years, Davey. Back to business. Any electricity outages? No. Thank you for the compliment, but no electricity outages. Same back five as yours. Should I take a hit and change? No, I wouldn't take a hit this week. I'm not even using a free transfer on that move. I want Trippier in the future, 100%, maybe game week 7, game week 8. But for this week, I'm willing to give Walker and Cucurella one more chance. Hopefully one of them starts. Hopefully both of them start. But if one of them doesn't start, I can always just get Andreas off the bench. Thoughts on Walker out, Estupinan in? I'm fine with that move medium term because I think that Walker's due a benching. It could come this week, it could not. Same thing with Haaland. Most people are saying that Walker probably will start this fixture. I don't think he's playing the most intensive position at the current moment. It seems like he's playing almost like a centre-back. So I think he can play for many games to come. But if you want it for the long term, that's fine to do. But I think I would do that if you have 2 free chances and you have to use 1. I wouldn't do it unnecessarily. Akil saying, what's your thoughts on Arthur as a Liverpool fan, not in FPL context? So it was a weird transfer for me, to be honest. We needed a midfielder after Hendo pulled a hammy. So basically our entire midfield has a lot of injuries. I understand why we did it. But yeah, so it's a loan move to buy. And Liverpool didn't announce that it was a potential to buy. It's just a weird one for me because he seems like he's quite injury prone as well. I won't lie to you though. I haven't really watched him. So it is what it is. But I'm happy that we managed to get a midfield, I guess. Ankit saying, just joined in. Are you making any transfers this week? I'll have to because I have 2 free. Currently, if we get no early team use, it looks like it's going to be Ramsdale to Sanchez. Adnan saying, Rodrigo replacements, please, Davey. Have 6.6 in the bank. So for me, I like the Brighton assets. You could also go with someone like a Harrison or the new guy from Leeds. I think it's Sinistra. I think I'm pronouncing that right, but I'm just going off memory. So I think that I would either go with them, but I like the Brighton assets slightly more. I see that Trossard has better stats than Gross does, but between those two, it's a 50-50. I would say go either Trossard or Gross. Just pick whichever one you prefer from them. Gregorian Law saying, still got Neto with 1 million in the bank and 2 free transfers. So then I probably would upgrade Neto to whoever you want. You're probably able to afford most selections. I would say Gross is probably the most realistic, as I think currently Neto's dropped in price quite a bit. So I would probably just go Gross then, if you want to sell Neto. Gary saying, hi Davey, best replacements for Perisic. Already have Trent, Cancelo, James, Cucurella. I would go Trippier. Trippier or Dunk. Or I like his Stupinan, but I think I would still prefer Webster or Dunk over him. Walker to Dan Burn or Ramsdale to Sanchez or Pope. I have a Stupinan. Ahmed, it's the same team as me almost. Oh, you have a Stupinan. Sorry, I see that. I mean, I'm not too against the double up. I think that's a fine move to go for. When are you going to kind of use your wild card? Because the long term, Newcastle are better fixtures for the long term, but Sanchez is better for the short term. So it depends on when you kind of want a wild card, I'd say. I want to captain Salah, but should I captain Haaland to cancel out my head-to-head opponent? Teasmeister, that's an interesting one. I would probably... It's hard to say because by going different, if Salah bangs and Haaland blanks, you probably guaranteed a win. But if you are kind of a little bit, if you're leading the mini league, I would probably say you can cancel it out. But also, it's kind of game week 6, so the head-to-heads might not matter in game week 6. They might matter come game week 38. But it's a tough one. How seriously do you take your head-to-head opponent? If you're confident in your differentials, then I would probably cancel out. It's just, I hope there's not a big swing between them. Adlusi saying, hi Davey, would you sell Robbo for James? Also sold Rodrigo. So Adlusi, we probably will get early team news about Liverpool, I won't lie to you. So I would say that just wait and see. If Robbo's benched, then I would do that move. But otherwise, if Robbo's going to start, you just keep him. But because Liverpool's the first game, we should be getting early team news. And Gunawan's asking there, Robbo Nell to start? I don't know. I might not think so, but we should get early team news. G-Bell, thoughts on Isaac / Trippier? Newcastle looking good. I like them. Maybe not this week because Crystal Palace is a tough game, but I think after that they should be golden. G-Bell. Tarang saying dunk to Kuku and Sanchez to... no, I wouldn't do dunk to Cucurella. I would just do the Ramsdale to Sanchez move. Herman saying, are you set on Salah? I'm not set on Salah, Herman. I'm a little bit like 50-50 yet again. It's tough. Do you have membership, Davey? Says Michael. I do have membership to my YouTube channel. I do indeed. Have Perisic, but 0 chances left. -4 to take him out necessary. If you're going to go for James, I would do that. But otherwise, how's your bench? Because if your bench is fine, I would just play your bench option. But I probably would take him out because they play City next week. Hi, Davey. Who would you bring in for Rodrigo? Give me 3 or 4 options. I have 8 3-man City players. So the options you could bring in, if you don't have Diaz, he could be a nice alternative. I would look at Gross, Trossard, Aronson, or Harrison. So it's 2 Leeds options and 2 Brighton options. Pick the team you prefer and then pick the option you prefer. But that's a tough one. Harry, thoughts on a -4? Ramsdale, Robbo, Rodrigo to Sanchez, Trippier, Diaz. I don't know if I'm super bullish on Diaz right now because Darwin's going to be back and so is Jota. I don't think it's worth the switch right now. So if Robbo's out, then I would maybe do the 2 transfers, Robbo and Rodrigo. But I don't know. I think Diaz, the ship has almost sailed slightly on him because I'm expecting some rotation. Wilson, early kickoff curse. Hopefully not, but I don't know. Oladapo, what transfer did you make this game week? I've made none. Gary, as a Liverpool fan, Tsimikas and Carvalho deserve to start. I think Robbo deserves a rest more than Tsimikas deserves a start. Tsimikas has been pretty bad every time I've seen him as a sub. Are you not worried about the first matchday curse? Says Pedro. I might be slightly worried. How do you subscribe? So there's a link in the description, Michael, of this video. Andreas or Aronson? Aronson says, for Mad. Davey, team value and how much in the bank? 101.1 million and 0.5 in the bank. So 101.1 million. No, 101.1 million and 0.5 in the bank. Sorry, I was confusing myself there. Is Odegaard fine? I think he was. I think though that the current thinking was that Ramsdale and who was the other option? They were potentially fine, but Odegaard might not be. I can go check on Premier injuries for you. Let me check for you. This is Ben Dinnery's website, as far as I know. Sorry, just taking a bit to load. Martin Odegaard, those 2 are being assessed. We'll see tomorrow. Hopefully they train. So it's a late fitness test. That's what they say. But they should probably, he should be fine. I think that Arteta sometimes might throw a couple mind games up there because of the game. Perisic or Andreas? Perisic won't start, so I would probably sell Perisic. Still confident with the Chelsea double up? No, but I'm confident in Reece James, not Cucurella, but I'm confident this week to give them another chance. What changes are you planning to make? Probably just Sanchez Sanchez in for Ramsdale. If you don't get any early team news, do you guys think Walker starts? Because that's probably one that might be a bit weird. And Cucurella, because if Cucurella's benched, then we'll do another transfer. Probably going to bring in Trippier for him. That's what I meant. Robbo seems to be very tired. Simmons has been good on defense, and attack is not too bad. So yeah, Gary, I agree with you. I would say if there was a game to bench Robbo in, it probably will be this week. I don't expect Everton to be super attacking, so that's where Tsimikas might come in handy. So we'll see. And I think Robbo does, as you say, deserve a break. But thankfully, the first kickoff of the game week, we should get some early team news. If you guys do hear anything, let me know in the chat, but I'll refresh Twitter every so often. Would you ditch 5 defenders for Isaac/Tony? Sorry guys, my throat's a bit weird. I probably would. I mentioned this in my transfer plan this week, that the formation changes look quite appealing. Most sites predicting Walker to start, and I think he will. I just don't know when Gomez is going to get match fitness though. Maybe Walker gets subbed at 60 minutes or something like that, but I don't know. When do you plan to use the first wild card? This is a tough one for me because initially I was all over game week 9, but currently what I'm thinking is potentially losing the Liverpool assets up until like game week 11 when they have a bad run, and then wildcarding them back in. So that's what I'm currently thinking about. Perisic, Shaw, or Andreas help. I'd probably go Andreas. I'd probably go Shaw there. But Perisic isn't going to start, guys. I'll say this again. Most people are saying that Perisic won't start, and I agree with that. So if you have him, I would probably sell him because he plays City next week anyway, and probably won't get a clean sheet there. So yeah. Gavin Gold saying Walker maybe bench for Sergio Gomez will start. So that could be a potential that we would have gone for. But what I don't get is I don't know why he wouldn't have started midweek, because that was the easier fixture. It's a home fixture against Nottingham Forest, so that's the perfect opportunity to get Gomez match fitness. And then what does he do? He subs off Cancelo for Gomez, so who kind of knows? Robbo's been coming off around 70 minutes every game, so you can read that. It's like there's 2 ways to read that. The first way is that his match fitness isn't that great, but the second way is that they're managing his minutes. So I get what you're saying, but you can look at it, whatever your kind of motive is, you can swing that sentence either way. So would you rather bring Luis Diaz for Rodrigo than Tony out for Darwin Núñez? Yeah, I wouldn't bring in Darwin Núñez this week. I don't know if he's going to start. My prediction would be that he doesn't start, but he comes off for the last like 30 or 20 minutes. Is Ramsdale out worth a hit? No, Jacob. A goalkeeper transfer is usually not worth a -4. The only reason I'm doing it is because I have 2 free transfers and I'm confident in the rest of my squad. If I wasn't confident, that's a whole different story. I might switch it up then. What do you think about Captain Tony, a punt team? So if it's a punt team, then maybe, but Salah's worth a punt then, because I think his captaincy won't be that high at all. Is it essential to get Haaland if you have Kane? Matt, I don't think so. It's such a tough situation to be in because Kane will start, whereas Haaland might not. But if Haaland starts, I would say get him in. But because we don't have certainty, I wouldn't act on uncertainty. So I would just keep Kane this week. Marcus says, start 1, Neto or Dunk. I don't own Sanchez. I probably would say Dunk in this situation, but I usually do prefer the attacker, but I just don't trust Wolves at the current moment. No Brighton assets, so currently it would be a Sanchez in, but I do worry about my other Brighton assets. But I think Leicester defend fine. I watched the first half and about 15 minutes of the second half in the United game, and United played well, but Leicester seemed to be fine defensively, but maybe that's going to be all up in there against Brighton. Brighton double up of Dunk and Sanchez are not worth it. MD, I'm fine with that. The fixtures are fine. I would just be patient. If they don't keep a clean sheet this week, they might keep it in the future. Ramsdale to Pope. I have Dunk in defense, says Gary. So this depends if you're a conservative manager or if you like fine with double ups, because I don't really get the fact that you have a Brighton defender. It's the only thing is safety. If you guys are conservative, you want to split the odds of a clean sheet, then go for it. But I don't mind doubling up, especially with a goalkeeper, because they have save points and also bonus point potential from those save points. Is Zaha captain option? I don't think I'd captain Zaha this week. Who to bench, Saliba or Gross? I would bench Saliba. If you have Arsenal defenders, it's a tough week to decide what to do with them because United are playing well at the current moment. It is at Old Trafford, and that's why I would say in that situation, if you have like a Gross, I would just bench Saliba. What do you think of Isaac? I liked him. He seemed like a good finish in that Liverpool game. That second goal was filthy. If that second goal went in, I would have been super sad because it was such a nice goal. But for me, it's a wait and see. And as you guys can see, my starting 11, I don't have enough funds to rotate unless I downgrade like a Cancelo, which I don't want to do. So Jeet's saying, I love FPL. I do as well. Thankfully, it's back after the kind of the pre-season antics. Henderson or Sanchez? Forest got a good run. I prefer Sanchez. I don't trust the Nottingham Forest defense. Diallo to Gross, says Davey. Nikhil, do you have enough money for that? I don't think I can do that. But if you can do that 100%, just who are you going to bench then? TR saying, I have a benching headache. Walker, Neco Williams, and Pascal Gross. I need a bench 1. Who do I bench, please? And should I do Walker to James for a hit? So I wouldn't do Walker to James for a hit because currently you're concerned about who to bench. So it doesn't make sense to have a benching headache and then you want to take one of the options out for -4. So I would prefer, I would say maybe Neko, but I just don't trust the Nottingham Forest defense. I would say Walker and Pascal Gross, but I mean, if you want to take a punt, Williams is fine. But I just don't trust the Nottingham Forest defense, to be honest. The only reason why I might bring in Henderson is because he's going to get a lot of saves. And if he's getting a lot of saves, it means the defense is not great. Hi, Davey. Son to Foden. What do you think about this? As Son is predicted not to play. Karim, it's a tough spot, but I probably would sell Son then. If he's predicted not to start, then I would sell. What you could do is Kevin De Bruyne and cheeky captain punt. Abdul saying you're a legend. Thank you. You're a legend as well. I hope Alba doesn't become a serious option. We have enough of a headache with the premiums. That is true. But Chelsea have some nice fixtures potentially in the future, and they are a strong team. But attacking-wise, I wouldn't touch Chelsea at the current moment. What would you do if you had Rodrigo? I would take him out for probably Trossard or Gross. Chelsea will concede goals again. Hopefully we get some attacking returns, though. Jacques saying, hit the likes, peeps. That will be appreciated if you guys are enjoying the stream. So would you captain KDB or Luis Diaz? KDB 100%. I would be super tempted if I had KDB to captain him this week. I think he's the best option. Man City have the best fixture on paper, I feel like, between Liverpool and City. The reason I'm not captaining Haaland is I don't expect him to start or that sort of thing. So if you do expect him to start, then 100%. Kanishka saying, any updates on the Python scripts? Yeah, sorry about that. Just remind me again. It's quite hectic. But those websites I sent you helped a lot. They're basically what the scripts are anyways. Cucurella or James or Perisic? James. Henry to James this week, is it worth it? I think it's fine to do. Leeds are playing pretty well at the current moment, so maybe Henry concedes, whereas James has that attacking threat. Would Ramsdale to Hendo be good just for a 3-week punt before wildcard? It is fine. It's fine to go for as a punt. I mentioned this in my transfer plan, that he was one of my 3 selections for goalkeepers. What's your transfer this week? It's probably going to be Ramsdale to Sanchez. As of now, with 30 minutes to go, no updates on the team news, but the team news might come in about 10 minutes to go. Jojo's Revenge saying Harrison to Gross or burn the transfer. Jojo, do you have to burn a transfer or do you have to do Harrison to Gross? That's super tough. I wouldn't burn, I would do another transfer, but yeah, that's a tough one to go for. If you favor Gross to score more than Harrison, then 100%. Gundo captain, not this week. I wouldn't be. I think he will start, but I think there's better Man City assets. I mean, I might have even just captained Haaland over Gundo this week. Is it too risky to bench Jesus and Martinelli? It's not too risky, but I don't know if I would advise that. Gross for Martinelli, 1 week punt since United. If it's a 1 week punt, then maybe, but I just trust Martinelli still. I think he's a great asset. Hello from Oz, says Andrew. Start Andreas Pereira. Andreas Perisic or Longstaff. I would transfer Perisic out and then start whoever you bring in for him. CLCC saying Trent / Cancelo to Tony from -4. Trent / Cancelo to Tony. What are you? Walker to Leeds mid from -4. Walker to Leeds mid from -4. I think I kind of get what you're saying. What you're saying is, would you transfer Cancelo / Trent out to upgrade Tony in the forward department, or downgrade Walker to upgrade a Leeds midfielder? I would go with the Walker move. How's Rodrigo to Lingard for a move? That move is fine, but I just don't know with all these transfers in for Nottingham Forest, how they're going to set up. I would like to see how they set up first. Boca, have they started? Let me load it on the other screen. Oh no, so they only kick off in 3 minutes, so I'm actually not missing that much of the game. Are you burning a transfer, RM? No, I'll be using one transfer definitely. And if I do one free transfer only, it'll be Ramsdale to Sanchez. Captain, that is actually true. You guys have been reminding me about the captain. So currently the poll is at 35% for Salah, 58% for Haaland. So that is it's closer than I thought, but still Haaland has the majority, and that's what I worry about, this effective ownership. Because if Salah's captain by less than 100% of effective ownership, then I'm still going to get points from him. So then I might as well just go for Haaland, but who kind of knows. Nick Kill saying, I got out James for Dunk last week. What about Diallo to Gross and Cucurella to Trippier? Rest have the same team as yours. I would just do the Gross move then. I wouldn't do the Cucurella to Trippier move. Is Perisic out? He's not out, but basically what's happened is that because he played 90 minutes midweek, I don't think he's capable of playing too many games in too many days. And because they have Champions League next week, where I think Spurs will want to do well, I think he'll be benched against Fulham, and then he'll start the Champions League game. And that's been the prediction of most kind of managers. Neto out, Gross in. I like that move, Jay. Let's go check Twitter quickly, just for any updates. Nothing as of yet. So nothing as of yet. Yeah, so I don't see anything currently, guys. So we'll just roll with what we have. Okay, so sorry, let me just catch up here. Took a bit out. I have a similar team to yours with 2 free transfers. I've Dunk instead of Cucurella. What move should I do? If I do Ramsdale to Sanchez, you can do that move, or you can do Pope in. Or Henderson in. Who would you go for Stupinan or Dunk? I'd still go Dunk. I just don't know about Stupanan's minutes. Dunk is a good captain material this week. Danny, I don't know about that one. People are rumoring that Chilwell is starting over Cucurella. So Meister, it could be that case, or it could be Cucurella at left centre back. Who kind of knows? But I did see that because on the Discord channel, someone posted the Instagram story of Chilwell, and he said ready for tomorrow. Now, whether that means he's ready for the bench or ready for the starting 11, who kind of knows? 2 free transfers, doing Rodrigo to Gross. Would you also do Ramsdale to Sanchez? No, I would just keep Ramsdale then. Dave, you have a similar team. Should I transfer Ramsdale to Henderson instead of Sanchez, as I already own Dunk? So, Lucy, I would just... Like, I don't really, it's like such a 50-50. If you're worried about the goalkeeper, it's 100%, because the goalkeepers don't have a lot of distinction between them. Most of them won't save a penalty every single week, so it's going to be 6 points or probably 2, so that's a 4-point difference, so not too much. I would still probably go Sanchez. I just trust them more. Are you wearing a Liverpool shirt today as well, Tarang? I am. Trippier is a good choice? Yes. Kylo GG Grippier is a good choice, but yeah, I know what you mean about that one. But I'm wearing a Liverpool shirt today. It's the away kit from last season. Probably one of my favorite kits from Liverpool in the past couple seasons. Robertson to Fofana and Neto to Gross seems right. Not if Robbo starts today, that's what I'll say. If Robbo starts today, which you should get news on, I would just keep him. Start Dunk over Perisic. Yes, so I'll repeat this for you guys again. If you have Perisic, I would transfer him out because he plays City next week, and I don't think he starts today against Fulham or tomorrow against Fulham. So that's what I'll say. Vincent says, Mo Salah did not travel with the Liverpool squad to Anfield because they're playing at Goodison Park. Thank you, Vincent, for keeping us on our toes. Sorry, just joined. What's the transfer plan today? Probably Ramsdale to Sanchez unless we get other early team news. If we get news that Cucurella's out and Walker's out, then I don't know what we'll do. We might have to switch some things around. But if we do get news that Cucurella's out, I might just do Cucurella to Trippier. Or I could do Cucurella to Dunk. That also could be a move we do. Worth upgrading Dunk to Reece James? I don't know if I'd do that move, to be honest. I think I might just stick with what you have. Keep Robertson or sell Neko. Keep Robbo if he starts today, but... As I said, it's hard for me to give you guys advice on that because if we don't get early team news, then maybe sell. But if we do and he's playing, then just keep. Should I change Cucurella to James? It's a bit sideways for me unless we get news about Cucurella, that's definite. Best Rodrigo replacements. I slightly prefer the Brighton asset, so that's why I would go for Gross out of those 3. Isaac third forward or Jensen to Zaha? I still think Jensen's fine to go for. So maybe then go for a third forward option. Just joined and like the stream. Are you planning on changing captaincy to Haaland? So like right now, I don't know about it. It's so tough, this captaincy debate. I might. Let's give it 5 more minutes and then we might actually change it out. Surely Haaland captain and have Salah vice captain, then Neko in first bench slot for me. That's fine to do. But what I would say is that if Haaland doesn't start, I do still expect him to come off the bench. Evening, Davey. Have 2 free transfers and no moves in mind. Downgrade Edison or downgrade 4.5 forward to save. I would just downgrade then to save 0.1. I don't see a reason to take out Edison. Man City's defense is still pretty solid. Is Cucurella to Trippier transfer -4 move? No, it's not. I don't even think it's a free transfer unless we get definite news about Cucurella out. Crystal Palace is a tough game for Newcastle, I feel. Gross and Trossard, who do you favor? Everyone having Gross in, maybe Trossard. Between them, it's a 50-50, to be honest. The thing about Trossard is that there might be some rotation in that lineup, and then who knows, maybe he starts at left wing back or right wing back yet again. So that's a bit rough. May the green arrows be with you, Davey. Good luck. Thank you for the kind words. Have a safe weekend. Any last minute thoughts on Cucurella? I'm going to keep him because I think that he potentially might start. Would you rather take 20 to 30 minutes of Haaland over 90 minutes of Salah in both the early kickoffs and a derby game? No, I would stick with Salah then for 90 minutes because that's 100%. Lucy saying Pep's comments about Haaland make me feel he should start. Salah early kickoff makes me a bit nervous. So the thing about Guardiola is that his comments in the press conference can never be taken because he says these things, like he says that Bernardo Silva is the best player he's ever seen, and then he benches him the next game. So there always is some weird things. Alvarez in or is he a rotation risk? I wouldn't go for Alvarez. I would maybe stick a little bit more. Cucurella just posted an Instagram story about the 3 p.m. match. So now we have the Insta stories of Cucurella versus Chilwell. Who's going to come out trumps? Are Luis Diaz minutes at risk now? They are at risk for the future. That's why I wouldn't bring him in potentially. But for this week, he's fine. He should play. Play Haaland and Alvarez? Yeah, if you have both of them, you should play them. Only reason I'm on a Haaland is never captain anyone from the early kickoff. So maybe this week's the week it turns, but who kind of knows? Firmino in for Tony. I wouldn't do that. I would keep Tony. Trossard or Gross? Okay, what we can do for you guys is let's go over to Fix and look at the Opta stats tool. Because this seems to be like a tough debate for you guys. But what I will do is I'll also check the other options around that price bracket. Okay, so let's go. We want midfielders. How much price do we want? Let's say 6.5 just to keep it good. Okay, and then can you guys see this? Let me just check. So I'm gonna go for. Let's go expected. So I'll arrange this from expected FPL points, and you guys can see that Gross is top. We then have Rodrigo, who's out. McAllister's there. Gordon's there. Rashford's there. Harrison's there. But let's go to the stats in terms of goal threat. We can go in terms of XG, but what I will do is I'll go XG per 90 minutes. So we have Anderson at 4.5. But, okay, let's actually just go to total because that might be better. So Rodrigo's top there in terms of XG. We have Martinelli, then we have Gordon and Gross. So I would still go with Gross. I think between him and Trossard, it's a bit like 50-50, but I still think I prefer Gross because he's cheaper. So he's still putting up some pretty good stats, so that's why I would go with Gross. So hopefully that answers you guys' questions, but it seems like Gross is a good move, but I can understand the other alternatives. Ben saying 2 transfers. I've Cucurella. Should I take him out and replace with Faltman? Then upgrade Neto. Then upgrade Neto for Gross. That move looks fine for me, but I don't know about Cucurella. If Cucurella starts this week, I still feel like it's a fine fixture to go for. But because you want the Neto to Gross move, that looks like a fine move, Ben. So I would say, yeah, has the go-ahead from me, but it's one of those moves, like if you don't go for it, I would also understand. Zakir is saying, Dave, would you swap Henry for Dunk or for anyone else? I 5.1 to spend on a defender. How are the Brighton fixtures? Are they that bad? As far as I remember, the Brighton fixtures were pretty strong. So, the Brentford fixtures, sorry. Let's go. So they have Leeds, Southampton, Arsenal. So maybe. If you're looking to wildcard game week 9, then I'd say maybe the Henry move looks fine. But it's one of those where it's not an essential move, to be honest. It's one of those where it's a nice to have almost. Salah will get a pen, says Jack, but then it depends if he scores it. If he doesn't score it, I'm going to be crying. Because I have had that before. If Captain Salah is a differential and he misses the pen. Ramsdale start or should I sell? I would keep him if you don't have another, if you find, but if you have no other fires to put out, then maybe. Odegaard or Saka? Saka still. I think that Saka might be a nice punt. Could Lodi be the best 4.5 option with good fixtures until game week 12? If he plays every game, then 100%. Davey, the 5 minutes are done. What's your decision on the Salah captain? I'm personally going with Salah because I believe his performances still justify it. Yeah, I still think Salah's been playing well. Nikhil, though, saying Haaland getting another hattie today. I mean, if he gets another hat-trick, what's that? 3 in a row. That's mental. Everyone seems to be captaining Haaland, though. That's what's making me a bit scared. Like, literally everyone. If you go onto anyone's kind of streams or check anyone's kind of Twitter team, it's everyone is on Haaland. It's like a big thing. So we are going against him, which is going to be a bit rough. David, when are you planning to use your wild card and for Salah captain, trust it? So the thing about the wild card is, as I've mentioned, there's 2 scenarios for me. Game week 9 international break when everyone seems to be, but Liverpool have this tough run. I can show you guys if you can see this. Okay, so you can just see this on the right hand side, but like from about Chelsea here, this run doesn't look too great. So it's Chelsea away, Brighton at home, Arsenal away, Man City at home. So what I was thinking about doing is potentially taking out the Liverpool assets till game week 12 and then wildcarding game week 12 to bring them back in. But I know that's a bit risky, but that was the one scenario I thought. So it's like currently game week 9 or game week 12, I think. Yeah, City, I do agree with that. Akil, City are going to run away with the Premier season. I don't see anyone kind of competing. Captain Haaland. Jerome Law says, try for the Boca. So this is maybe good luck. Maybe it's good luck for me to stream. So yeah, 9 minutes in, 5 up. Tell me if they converted. Thank you for the update, though. You guys are very kind. Thank you, Gregorian Law. Any early team news? Not as far as I know. I can check again. Okay, so we have nothing yet, but I don't know. I think I'm getting a lot of FOMO on Salah captain right now, which does worry me slightly. So I think, I don't know. I think we might be swaying towards Haaland. I don't know. It's a bit rough. Davey, Rico Henry or Stupinan out for Reece James. I would say Rico Henry based on the fixtures that we've just seen. I think I trust the Brighton defense slightly more. Mikhail saying, thoughts, 1 free and 0.4 in the bank. Transfer Perisic to Neco Williams, Ramsdale to Sanchez, Perisic to Neco Williams, and Diallo to Gross. Perisic to Trippier, bank the transfer. I like the Neco Williams to Gross move. Oh no, but you only have 1 free. I would do the Trippier move then. I don't know if it's worth a -4, so I think Trippier should be fine then. It's like last season, you must sell a captain against United and went on to captain Havertz. It's the same, Nikhil, yeah, because everyone's captaining Salah, everyone's captaining Haaland. Seems like early team is not happening. Leaked lineups just confirmed. Oh, okay. So we have no... So that's fine for us, to be honest, because we're still going to have a prediction of Salah, probably Trent and Luis Diaz starting. Early game not worked last season, says SH. That is true. I think the big thing for me is that... I think Salah's effective ownership will be under 100%. So therefore, if he gets points, you still get good arrows. I know it's not the best kind of way to look at it, but I mean, it is what it is. So are we going to switch to Haaland captain? Maybe, eh? Haaland captain versus Salah captain. What's Salah's ownership now? Let me check actually, because I don't know if I showed you guys this last week, but like Fix has a prediction of captaincy. Okay, so Fix has like a captain reveal. I don't know if you guys can see this. Hopefully you can. So basically, the one that you can't see is the right-hand side, which is going to be the top million managers. So what they're saying is that they're predicting 100% of the top 10k managers to captain Haaland. 86% in the top 100k, and then in the top million, 75%. So you guys can't see the top million. They're saying 75% and 21% on Salah. So would the effective ownership still be over 100% then? But then Haaland is just mental. But yeah, that is a prediction, so don't take that as gospel. But yeah, that is a bit scary. Haaland, he's a beast. Wheel spin. People are asking for. Cheers, Ty. Thanks for dropping by. I don't know if I want to do the wheel spin because then maybe it lands on Salah and I don't want to captain him. Views on Bernardo Silva. I mean, any Man City option's good if they start. Top 10k managers 100% is absolutely mental. That is true, but that is a tough prediction to go for. I still have to use a transfer though. I still have to take out Ramsdale potentially. So this stream it's kind of turned from being super chilled to being a little bit all over the place. Pope or Sanchez? I prefer Sanchez, Emmanuel, especially if you're going to wildcard quite early. Some pundits are saying that Haaland can get 40 to 50 goals. That is true. Do you think Haaland starts though? Do you think Haaland starts? Yes or no? But I guess even if he doesn't start, I mean, he could get goals in the last few minutes. No. So what I meant like is if I want to captain Salah, then it picks Haaland, then I'll have to like switch. I didn't mean like I don't want to captain Salah, that sort of thing. Still KDB captain over Haaland. I would say so. I still prefer KDB. Okay, so we're gonna do the transfers. I feel. Yeah, seems like early team is not happening yet again. So we're gonna be going on to the transfers. So I think let me just check Twitter once more, and if we don't have early team news, I'm gonna just go for the Ramsdale move. So we are going to be doing the Sanchez in move for Ramsdale. Because it looks like we got nothing here, guys. So I'm just going to roll with what we have. So the first move is going to be Ramsdale out. And we're going to be going for Sanchez in. I'm going to lock this in with 9 minutes to go for one free transfer. I'm going to confirm that. You guys can see it on screen there. And then I feel like... I don't know. I feel like we go... So the transfer's been locked in. You guys can see it on screen there. I just feel like this captaincy debate is so rough. Salah or Haaland? Flip. I think we go Haaland. We're going Haaland this week. We can go Haaland, I guess. But this just feels like it's so like going with the what everyone's saying. But I do agree, if Haaland starts today, I mean, he could go nuclear. So we're gonna save the team. This is gonna be the current team selection. How's it, Davey? Robbo to James. I'm scared of the James Hall. I'll just stick with Robbo. We're not gonna get early team use, so it makes it a bit more risky, but yeah. Unless we got concrete news about Robbo, then I would just keep him. But I understand if you want to take him out. What I would say is that I still like the Liverpool fixtures coming up compared to Chelsea. Chelsea, I don't know if I'd be too bullish on kind of the Chelsea defense. Stick with Salah, stick with Salah says Tony H. Triple captain. No, I'm not going to triple captain. Harry, relax. Just captain Sanchez and call it a day. Might as well just captain Reece James and get it done with. Walker to Trippier would be great. Should I sell Henry for Trippier? I would keep Henry this week. I just don't like the Trippier transfer this week for like unnecessarily. If you guys have 2 free trans, want to spend one, then I'd go for it. But yeah, Henry or Andreas in my starting 11, I'd go with Henry. Okay, so I just want to post the team in the so why is the app not? Let me just refresh. My app is not working. Is any of your guys' apps working? Just check your app. My app's not working, so let's just hope that we have had. Just check that your transfer has been locked in, because currently my app's not working, so just make sure that your guys is. Yeah, but the transfers are locked in, but I just don't know why it's not refreshing on my app. But hopefully the site hasn't crashed or something like that. Okay, so I'm going to just check on your guys' app. Is it working or not? Because currently mine doesn't seem to be refreshing. No, I refreshed on the PC and it's here. So it should be locked in. Yeah. I just wanted to create a post for the members. And then let's just post on the Discord. Okay, cool. So for the last 5 minutes, guys, I'm going to be answering any questions that you guys do have. So let's do a little bit of a quick fire round. I'll refresh Twitter just to check. So nothing as of now, guys. Okay, so let's absolutely crank the questions. Quick fire round here. Let me go catch up on any super chats that we have had. Okay, so CLCC, Walker to Harrison or Trippier to Walker to Harrison or Trippier to Aronson. So is it Walker to Trippier or Harry? I don't really get your questions, CLCC. Just maybe post it again. I've written the same question for Oladapo, Neto to Almiron, or Neto and Surridge for McAllister and Stan. I would just keep Neto this week. I don't like the Almiron transfer. Just keep Neto and hope he does. Well, yes, app working, it works. Okay, so maybe mine's just weird. RM became a legend for 10 months. Thank you, appreciate it. Transfer out Bernardo Silva and Reece Henry for Reece James and Gibbs White. Those moves look fine, especially if it is for free. Dunk to Cucurella. No, I wouldn't do that, MD. Stick with what you have. It's working on the app, CLCC. Okay, so you've posted it again. Meant Walker to Harrison or Trippier to Harrison. So what? Walker up. I don't get what you're saying, CLCC. It's Walker to Aronson or Trippier to Harrison. I honestly, sorry, maybe I'm just being like, I'm just being oblivious, but I can't understand that. How much is the membership in rands? I don't know. It's different for every single country. Start Gabriel or Stupanan. I thought Stupanan Adelusi. Dunk to Cucurella, no MD. Uche became a legend. Thank you for becoming a legend. Salah will bang, says Carlo GG. That's fine. What I'm hoping for is that his effective ownership is under 100%, because then I'll still get points from him. Hope Walker, Cucurella, and Haaland all start. Gibel, me too. That'll be golden. Start Dunk or Martinelli. I'd start Martinelli. Favor the attacker. I don't know why my app's not working. Keep Rashford. Yeah, that's a tough one. I might transfer him out this week. I have Sanchez as well, so double up to, on Dunk or Dunk to Cooker. I would just double up. I would just double up on that one. Would you bench Dunk or Trippier? I would bench Trippier. Maybe not though, because there's attacking threat. But I think I would bench Trippier. I just don't know about Crystal Palace this week. I mean, Zaha's in great form, and Crystal Palace are a strong team. Apparently, Haaland is benched. Who said that? And apparently, Tsimikas is on media duties, so that might mean that Robbo's out. Kylo, where did you see that? Because that could be big news, but I don't know. 1 minute left till the deadline. That is true. That is true. 1 minute to the deadline, guys. So please just make sure that your teams are locked in, because that will be quite... Oh, no, that was Boona. Okay. 1 minute left. Done. So there's still time left. So start Neto, Cucurella. I would start Cucurella. Start Walker or Neco Williams. Walker. Start Pereira, Neco Williams. Neco Williams. Start Neco or Saka. Saka. Davey, refresh, please. Okay, I'll refresh here. 1 minute left, and we have refresh. That's the team that you guys can see. So hopefully that gives you some peace of mind. But unfortunately, the deadline has just come about. So my app is still not working. So I'm just hoping that the transfers went through. But I think they did, because we are on the website. But as Will is saying, good luck. Brune's a pain, says G-Bell. He is, but he offers some banter if you can look out for it. That's what I will say. Thanks, Harry, for dropping by. As Kylo's saying, locked in. Already regretting Haaland. I don't... It's going to be at the end of today. A captain Salah last minute, says Akil. I wish you good luck. It's actually going to be interesting to see what happens with the kind of... the captaincy, effective ownership, all that good stuff. But thanks for joining me on this Saturday morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you guys are around the world. Had a pretty good viewership. Thanks for you guys being so interactive. And hopefully Haaland pays off this week. I think Salah could still potentially go huge. Haaland could go huge. Who kind of knows what's going to happen. But hopefully by come Sunday, we're looking at this team and a massive green arrow is on the team page. But hopefully the green arrows are in your guys' favor. But I'm going to sign off. It's been Davey FPL, and I'm out. Cheers.